Hi, I'm Young Lee and this is Any Given Spread. Two teams missed a closeout game for NBA playoff. OKC lost to Houston Rockets and New York Knicks, they lost to Boston Celtics. First, Knicks were ahead of a 3-0 lead in the series, and now they're got the Boston Celtics won 2 straight. Now they're 3-2 heading to Boston. This is really not good for Knicks actually, because 2 of the games they lost. One was J.R. Smith getting suspended for 1 game, and the 5th one, which was the last night, J.R. Smith just missed 10 straight shots in the beginning of the game. So even though he made a big 3-pointers in the late game, this is really not that great shape of a Knicks right now. And Melo is shooting not that great, so this is a really interesting series. And if Boston wins the next game at Boston, we don't know what's going to happen in Game 7. Maybe this is the game they're waiting for, the big sweep, reverse sweep I should say, for the Boston Celtics. OKC right now looking not that great either, because Westbrook's not there anymore for the rest of the playoff, and the Harden's coming back with the Houston Rockets, a fairly solid young team, the youngest team in the league I mean. Last night they were having almost a 10-point lead against Thunder, and just Thunder started this hacking a Seek for the free throw, and Seek, who was 55 and 56% free thrower, he made huge shots, and OKC lost that game. And I think Harden played really solid. He was like the one of the best solid form in his career. Problem with the Durant was that maybe that hacking Seek just killed Durant's momentum, and he didn't make much shot in the 4th quarter. It gets interesting, but I think OKC can close out in the Houston next game. I think Durant's got to be ready for that game, so we'll see what happens. For tonight's prediction, I'm going to focus on the Golden State and Denver game, because this game is really interesting, just like the Memphis and Clippers game. Last game, Denver won a game 5, and this series getting interest because there's a bad blood between them. They were talking about, all the news are talking about, is it dirty play, is it not a dirty play, but I think it's good for the game and stuff like that, unless Steph is getting injured, but he's not, so I think it's a good thing for the fans to cheer about. I think for this game though, I think Golden State is gonna close this series out. I think Steph is gonna have a great game, and right now they were actually a 2-point underdog, and money is going to the Golden State's way, and going fast by favoring by 1 point. So I think Golden State's gonna close this game more than like let's say 5 or 6 points or something like that, and over and under, I think it's fair. I think it's gonna be last game of the series, so I think it might get slowed down, and I think under will be a profitable bet here. Now to talk about baseball, Buchholz just won his 6th game and against the Toronto Blue Jays. And Boston was just pounding Burley, like 5 home runs in the bullpen. And Buchholz, who usually have a good start against Toronto Blue Jays, just dominated them throughout the innings. I think Boston could be just going solid beginning of the season, and they're probably the contender now. People probably avoid them to the last place before the season, but I think they're the legitimate competitor for the Eastern Division of the AL. Some sad news about Bryce Harper. They're gonna MRI his body, and if it's I hope it's not the long-term injury, because he's good for the Washington Nationals, and they're already having some injury issues, and I hope this doesn't ruin their playoff run late in the season. For some baseball picks, there's a game between Tampa Bay and Kansas City. Kansas City's right now heading 2-0 against the Tampa Bay Rays. Irvin Santana for the Royals he's doing really good so far. Actually, he's not doing that bad against Tampa Bay Rays before, but Luke Scott is back for the Rays, and I think the cleanup trio for the Tampa just is really good against Irvin Santana. So maybe this is a good value bet, because it's try to avoid the sweep. Even the Kansas City's batting is really hot. Maybe this cool down a little bit. Might be. So I think being an underdog in this game, Tampa will be a good value pick. That's it for today. You can join me on the Twitter at AnyGivenSpread. And thank you, and see you tomorrow.